Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Yahweh being the true powerful name of the Heavenly Father, which means He is. Yahweh Shai being the true name of His only begotten Son, which means He saves. The one of people in this world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Ba'Shem in the name, Rakakwadash, Holy Spirit. I'm going to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops, regional heads, and elders who rule well. Citations of much love. The rest of you, sincere Aki, and pushing the word, truth, and sincerity. This is the Cleric Izar coming to you with another lesson, and I am continuing my lot to bring you my ongoing series from experts of Hollywood, this factory of perverseness, another observation of predictive programming, how art imitates life and vice versa. Just a reminder, the purpose of my videos is to show correlations. A correlation is an observation of a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. I use movies to extract or extrapolate a narrative. I'm not glorifying the Hollywood culture or life. I have a wide knowledge of films, whether they be foreign or domestic, and I just use them as an example to bring out those similarities and those correlations. To quote Cecil B. DeMille, the greatest source of material for motion pictures is the Bible. I'm going to be calling this lesson No Blade of Grass and Panic in Year Zero. And the reason why, I'm going to play this clip here from the documentary from Glenn Kinney, who worked for Roger Ebert. He's going on through this documentary titled Global Warming. This is on the DVD of Waterworld Special Edition, theatrical cut, Ulysses cut. And this guy's bringing out all these films I never heard of. And hey, you may want to add some of these films to the watch list, because I know I am. I may have to watch either one or both of these films tonight. But let me play this clip, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring out some scriptures, okay? As well as maybe some plot summaries. All right, spoiler alert.
Directly related is in 1970 with a film called No Blade of Grass, directed by the actor turned director Cornel Wilde, whose approach to directing was very, very strong. He was a kind of a matinee, idol groomed sort of actor from the 40s onward who had ambitions to direct. And once he realized those ambitions, he made some very distinctive films, including The Naked Prey. No Blade of Grass begins with a theme song sung by Roger Whittaker, who many of you may know as your grandparents' favorite popular singer. It's an ecological ballad.
A family runs for its life from a deadly virus that threatens to swallow up the earth.
The film is hard-hitting from the very beginning. There are multiple montages of smokestacks and car exhausts. There are images of dead fish, starving children in Africa, mushroom clouds. The earth is under siege because of an event that has rendered it such that, according to the narration,
Then, one day, the polluted earth could take no more.
and mankind itself is reduced to an incredibly atavistic state of kill or be killed.
No room to run. No place to hide. No blade of grass.
A sort of precursor to this is a film from the early 60s called Panic at Year Zero, an American film directed by Ray Milland, in which a dysfunctional family going off on vacation, and they hear of a nuclear explosion, and they encounter all this anarchy.
After all these years, I thought I knew you, but you turn out to be a stranger.
We are fighting for our lives, then.
In No Blade of Grass, what the earth is suffering from is a grass disease. Livestock can't grow. In England, where it's set, the rich are still chowing down, while China is starving and the Chinese government is ordering hundreds of thousands of people massacred.
Unanimously condemned as barbarous the nerve gas bombings by the Chinese Air Force of major population areas.
The protagonists of this film realize they're going to have to get moving and find a place where they can start again, where this grass disease hasn't taken hold.
The situation here is approaching anarchy. There are riots in London
The
already.
film is just brutal. One of the members of the group just decides that he's going to have the teenage daughter of the guy who's leading the group.
You want me to be more explicit? I'm a widower now. She's a single girl.
The movie makes its way to a really unpleasant conclusion, and Cornel Wilde himself, I believe, comes on in voiceover at the end and says,
This motion picture is not a documentary, but it could be.
another film that came out around this time,
All right.
directly related, is in 1970. Directly related is in 1970.
Okay, Salakia there. All right. Hey, yeah, this first film, No Blade of Grass. And keep in mind, he was going back and forth between these two different films, and they're quite similar. But No Blade of Grass came out on October 23rd, 1970. And spoiler alert if I haven't said it already. And wow, this is another apocalyptic dystopian film. Co-written, directed, and produced by Cornell Wilde. See, a lot of these films they're co-written, directed, and produced all by the same individual. I'm not sure if this is because of the time period. All right, but there's something must have been going on back then. All right, let me go with the synopsis real quick. It is an adaptation of John Christopher's novel The Death of Grass and follows the survivors of a plague that has hit London in the not-too-distant future when London is overwhelmed by food riots caused by a global famine. A man tries to lead his family to safety to a remote valley in Westmoreland. Yeah, this might be on the queue tonight. Yeah. So as you can see in this particular clip that Glenn Kenny was bringing out on this particular documentary, he was talking about what had happened. Let me bring out the plot here. This on Wikipedia. It says the film opens with a montage of pollution, which, as implied by the narrator, is the cause of a virulent new disease arising in Asia. Sound familiar to you? A new disease arising in Asia, a virus that strikes all members of the grass family, which is somewhat different. And I didn't know that there was a grass family, but that includes wheat, rice, and maize. And I had to look up maize because I have a bit of a Spanish background. And if you don't know what palomitas de maíz is, my girlfriend used to cook or prepare popcorn. All right, and that's takes out corn. That's where maíz is from. Okay, it spreads to Africa, Europe, and South America, bringing starvation, anarchy, and cannibalism in its wake. Hundreds of millions die. The Chinese use nerve gas on their own population, killing 300 million in their desperate attempts to survive. Yeah. It's like it's yawning here. I'm just running some errands before I did this video. Yeah, I might have to put this on the watch list. This seems kind of interesting. Okay. But hey, this can happen right here in America. It's going to happen right here in America, aka Babylon the Great. Okay. And I'm sure when anyone who's been watching this particular video, they probably thought of some different scriptures to bring out. I already prepared some. Let's get Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. We're going to go into the King James Version. Reads as such, starting at verse 16. Isaiah 13, verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. The Medes are going to be the Russians. And as you can see, everything is stirring up right now with Russia and Ukraine, and even rumors about what Russia's next move is going to be. Okay, let's read verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. Okay, and even the next film that they go into, when I was reading that plot summary, some things happen there as well. And verse 19, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And as you can see in this particular film, a mushroom cloud went off, so a bomb went off. Okay. And you also see the anarchy in the beginning with they're trying to topple the car and the people try to get through the crowd and so forth. And I already read there's food riots and famine. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening. People trying to look for food and cannibalism. People are also going to be eating each other. And this happened before. Okay, Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. Isaiah chapter 19 verse 2. King James Version once again. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And another word for Egypt would be slavery. Okay, and what has happened here in the United States of America, aka Babylon the Great, slavery. Okay, when you research the first stock that was sold on the New York Stock Exchange, it was so-called black people, you Jakes. All right, reading on. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, you saw that in the montage here. Let me see. Oh, there goes that mushroom cloud. And they go rocking the car back and forth. All right, where was it? There we go. Oh. Okay. But hey, this is the future of Babylon the Great. And it's doomed for destruction. Ultimately, it's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear war or thermonuclear fire. Okay, when these bombs drop on this place. Psalms 137 verse 8. Psalms 137 verse 8 reads, O daughter of Babylon, doomed to destruction, blessed is he who repays you as you have done to us. Hey, this is payback, okay? Straight payback. All right. Let me see how many more scriptures I got here. I got a couple here. Let's go. Lamentations 5:11. In both these films, hey, women are getting raped and ravished. Okay, hey, our women were raped and ravished in and back in Israel. Okay, let's get Lamentations 5:11. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah, and you know, virgins were raped. All right, and that's what's going to happen again here in Babylon the Great. Okay, because the Most High is a just balance. Okay, so it's going to be a just desert. All right, just due. Let's go into the Apocrypha. Let's go and get 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and we're going to read verse 14 through verse 19. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. As a matter of fact, I got my annotated, and I'm going to read out of that. All right, I got it queued up here. All right. Alas for the world and for those who live in it, for the sword and misery draw near them, and nation shall rise up to fight against nation with swords in their hands. What is the modern day sword? The gun. For there shall be unrest among people, growing strong against one another. They shall in their might have no respect for their kings or the chief of their leaders. For a person will desire to go into a city and should not be able to do so. Now, as you can see in that particular clip I showed, you know, there was people trying to get through a crowd and they were having some difficulty. There's going to be checkpoints set up by the government and so forth, and it's going to be martial laws are going to be declared. And so, can you imagine if the mark of the beast is established as well? You know, you may not be able to even enter or leave without having that particular mark, which is the RFID microchip. All right, you already see what's going on currently with the Neuralink trials. Okay, verse 18. Because of their pride, the cities shall be in confusion, the houses shall be destroyed, and people shall be afraid. Verse 19. People shall have no pity for their neighbors, but shall make an assault upon their houses with the sword and plunder their goods because of hunger for bread and because of great tribulation. Okay. And wow, did they even bring this out in the churches anymore, in the harlot houses? You know. Oh well. Okay. 3 more verses here. Let's see if I can skip ahead to this other film. I was kind of surprised in this. Here we go. Yeah, panic. Look at this. Look at the tagline on this particular poster. An orgy of looting and lust a day when civilization came to an end. Okay. And I had to go and look at this, the Wikipedia for this particular film. Panic in Year Zero, released in 1962. And it's a black and white survival science fiction film. Produced by Arnold Howland, Lou Rossoff, directed by Ray Milland. Wow. The film was released as a double feature with Tales of Terror. Don't know what that film's about, but we'll leave that for another day. All right, let me read the first part of this, because this is kind of interesting. Spoiler once again for this film. Harry Baldwin, his wife Anne, their son Rick, and daughter Karen leave suburban Los Angeles at sunrise to go on a fishing trip to the Sierra Nevada wilderness, bringing with them a small camping trailer. After a couple of hours on the road, Harry and Anne are startled by a series of unusually bright lights, accompanied by a radio station going static. Tuning through stations, they hear a sporadic news report broadcast on Conrad that hint at the start of an atomic war. Confirmed with the Baldwins see a large mushroom cloud from a hydrogen bomb rising over Los Angeles, now many miles away. The family attempt to return home and rescue Anne's mother, but Harry soon realizes that the roads will be clogged by panicked people, and what is left of the city will be saturated in atomic fallout. Stopping at a small diner to get food and find out what is happening, Harry hears that Los Angeles was hit by 2 hydrogen bombs, one over downtown Los Angeles, the other at the port of Los Angeles. San Diego and San Francisco were also targets. With this news, deciding that his family's survival must come first, Harry decides to continue to their secluded vacation spot in the mountains, abandoning Anne's mother and weather the crisis from there. All right, so yeah, this again, I may have to put this on the this is going, but it's already on. It's on the watch list as well, so I'm gonna have to check this out as well. It's interesting too because when you go down into the critical area underneath reception on the Wikipedia. Let me see. Did I skip ahead on this, or was it No Blade of Grass? Bear with me just a moment. Yeah, I'm sorry. No Blade of Grass was a rape scene. So there's rape. I think there's rapes in both these films. Yep. Oh yeah. See, so it just shows you what's going to happen when all hell breaks loose, and there's no 9/11 to be dialed. Okay, this just shows you. And the people that are behind these films, these producers, they know what they're doing because they know what could happen or what's going to happen. Okay, this is predictive programming. Okay, Yahushua spoke of this. Okay, let's get Mark chapter 13 verse 7, reading out of the King James Version. Mark chapter 13 verse 7 reads as such: And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. Okay, and that's what. Hey, we're currently in that right now. All right, these words are jumping off the page, and that's how Yahushua's words, the one you people are going to call Jesus Christ. All right, and even Jeremiah. And that's probably another reason why people thought Yahushua was Jeremiah, because Jeremiah talked about these things as well. Okay, Jeremiah 51 verse 46, and that's speaking of reincarnation. But Yahushua was King Solomon in the reincarnation, if you can receive it. Okay, if your spirit can receive it. Let's get Jeremiah 51 verse 46. Unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. And hey, we're having that right now within continental United States, aka Babylon the Great. You know, we have whether Trump can even run for office, and we got the governors going back and forth with this thing in Texas with the migrant crisis. We got the current chief, what is it? Hell goes the chief. What was it? Chief of staff? Well, the president of the United States. He's having some issues. You know, it's right there in your face how he's so gone. Okay, and so ruler against ruler and so forth. All right. But hey, the elect of Israel are going to make it out of this. It's not going to be a cakewalk, but they're going to make it out of this when they get delivered in those chariots. The one of you people are going to call UFOs. Okay. And Yahushua is going to be leading the charge and returning during World War III. All right, but that's after the mark of the beast is established, which is the RFID microchip. Okay, so keep an eye on that Neuralink thing. Let's finish this on this particular scripture. Let's get Zechariah chapter 11, verse 6. For I will no more pity the inhabitants of the land, save Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but lo, I will deliver the men, every one into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. All right, so there's the 2/3 of Israel not going to be delivered, and also the heathen and the heathen nations. All right, and it's in different parts of the world as well. These kind of things are going to happen, but the main stage of climatic destruction will be taking place here in Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, so hey, if anyone has any other scriptures, hey, feel free to throw those in the comment section. All right, I'm sure there's a whole lot that can be digested on these two films alone. Okay, but I'm gonna have to go and check these two films out. Okay, rent them through Amazon. Okay, well, I just wanted to share that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.